Falcons, and welcome back. Today is another sentence diagramming lesson. Let's open up to our glossary. And this is lesson number 13. Today we will talk about direct objects and indirect objects. All right, let's turn to our page. Okay, again, lesson number 13, direct objects and indirect objects. Okay, a quick refresher because this could get complicated. So last week we talked about direct objects. It's important to remember, a direct object receives an action. So the question you might want to ask here is, what is receiving the action? Now, today we're going to add indirect objects to this. The indirect object answers the question, to whom or what? Or for whom or for what? So, almost always, a sentence that has an indirect object will have one only if it has a direct object. And in this case, the indirect object appears between the verb and the direct object. Let's look at an example. So let's take the sentence, a travel agency sent the curious students information. Alright, as always, let's find our subject and our verb first. This one's kind of tricky. Well, we know that our verb is sent, and who sent? The agency sent. Okay, we have our subject, we have our verb. We also have a direct object. What is receiving the sending? What is being sent? The answer is the information. So far we have our subject, our verb, and our direct object. Let's go ahead and draw our diagram. So first we have agency, our subject, our verb, sent, and then our direct object, information. Alright, now what do we do with all these other words? When we're looking for the indirect object, we have to ask ourselves, to whom or to what? Or for whom or for what? So in this case, if we look at the verb sent, who was the information sent to? It was sent to the students. So that is our indirect object. In that case, we're going to go ahead and draw I don't even know how to describe this. It's like a slanted line with a straight line, and on it we'll write students. Okay, great. And now let's figure out all these other words. Okay, what does travel help us understand? Travel helps us understand what kind of agency. A tells us what agency? A agency. So both of these modify the word agency. Remember, whichever one comes first in the sentence goes first in the diagram. All right, now we have the and curious. Okay, curious tells us more about the students. Yes. So we need to draw a slanted line for curious. We also need a slanted line for the, because the tells us what students? The students. Okay, great. Now let's just look at our diagram for a second. Our subject, the agency. What did the agency do? They sent, and what received that action? They sent information. Now, who received the information that was sent? The students. That's the indirect object. A in travel describes the agency. The in curious describes the students. All right, now it's time to practice. This might feel a little bit harder, but you can do it. Don't forget to look back at your notes. Good luck, Falcons.